Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome to this little video just kind of reading through the patch notes of the new meta, the Giantum update, which will be hitting Robocraft later today. Well, actually, it's meant to be hitting right now, but sadly, as you can see, the servers have gone down for maintenance to apply the last bit of the patch, which is absolutely fine. It's to be expected with such a huge update, and a lot of you have been wondering, Lathrix, why haven't you gone over the notes? Because honestly, I think most of you can read, and so many people already have. However, with so many people asking me to, I'm not going to do anything special today, so don't expect me to go into some great detail, some theory crafting. I'm simply going to have a look at the notes, read them with you, and try to interpret them as I will. So let's go straight over then to the page. There we are. Look, my mouse is here and everything. So to start off with, obviously the most important thing is the new features, the new things that are being added, which are making everyone both hyped and really nervous. Thankfully, before I even say all this stuff, we all must remember that classic mode is still a thing, which is actually mentioned in the big changes, which should be on the screen on OBS as well. So all these changes mostly only apply to the new game, not the classic game, which you can still play to your free will. Of course, again, this is before it's actually opened up. Soon I'll be doing a video which is just literally me playing the new meta for an hour or so, so that will be out probably before this one, who knows. So, new features, game mode, completely new core game mode to make Robocraft feel like a new game with deeper gameplay mechanics and greater levels of team strategy, aka a MOBA, but with robots, which is more than enjoyable. Respawning, you can respawn. Respawn time starts short and get longer as the battle progresses, so obviously the point of this is to make sure that the winning team stays winning and the losing team stays losing, rather than trying to give... It does seem like, in my opinion, from reading this whole thing, it seems like there's a positive feedback loop on everything, particularly with overclocking. It just makes the winning team win faster and the losing team lose faster, with fewer catch-up mechanics and more buff mechanics for the already victorious team, which I am completely fine with, because shortening the game time is always a good thing in my opinion, since Robocraft, I would say, is one of those games that just thrives off doing well, on having short games. I think that's how it does well. Respawning, as I said, the plutonium reactor. Destroy the lattice of plutonium crystals to destroy the enemy's reactor to win, which you should be able to see if we go back to Robocraft. If we take away there we are. You can see it there. There's the lattice there being destroyed by all the practice robots and a couple from the store, which I think is awesome that I've put it in like that. So once again, back to this. We have the overclock available from tier 2 upwards in new battle mode. Power up your robot within the battle. Overclock level, yeah. So I won't be getting into the this is the overclocking table. Oh my lord, it details every single change. Now, if you want to go to this, I will make sure to put this link, this picture link, which is an Imgur link, into the channel, into the description below, because some people are going to theorycraft the hell out of this. Essentially, it just improves everything. Everything gets buffed, everything gets better as you overclock, and it makes... Just so you can hear Robocraft in the background. There we go. I had to just mute it for a second. So back to this then. Yeah, so Overclocker. The fusion shield available in tier 3 protects the allies reactor. Allies heal inside the shield. Enemies cannot shoot through it, essentially making it a no spawn camp zone, which is good considering the overclock buffiness which the other team has most likely got at this stage. They've reached your reactor and just kind of camping there. And finally, the fusion towers. Capture all 4 to take down the fusion shield, and then you've essentially just won. The end. Yeah, I mean, obviously you can't shoot through it, but it doesn't say you can't go through it. Now, I might be incorrect about that, so... But there's a good chance you can simply go into the shield and then proceed to absolutely wreck face if you're overclocked enough. But I guess that's the point, isn't it? If you're not overclocked enough and you go in and the enemies who's healing just destroy you, they're going to get an overclock bonus, you're not. Happy days for the defending team, which was on the back foot until then. So, big changes. Okay, I'll skim through this because there are a lot of changes here. So... we have kept classic mode, fantastic. Challenge mode is going to stay. That was one of the more recent changes. Originally they were not going to use it. Megabots do not feature in the new mode yet, but they have ideas for the future. Yay. The enemy HUD Updated to show robot class, overclock level, and health. So obviously, if you visit a really highly overclocked enemy, you probably want to avoid it until you are equally overclocked or really, really confident. Let's see, new tutorial HUD, which is good. That just shows you how it all works when you play the game. I'll be seeing that when I get into the game, which should be live in next hour, it says on their site. Yay. New voiceover engine telling you when key events are happening, which is fantastic. New recorded voiceovers, balance and improved for spotting. What? New recorded voiceovers, balanced and improved for spotting and leveled off versus new voice. Oh, okay, yeah, so it won't blast your eardrums out when it comes in, because that's been an issue over the last few changes when it came to those things, so that's always nice to hear. All maps updated to include strategically placed fusion towers and to incorporate fusion shields. Some of the screenshots look amazing, I'm looking forward to seeing them. New enter battle dialogue, new voiceovers, don't really care too much. Well, I do care about it, but it's not something. It's something you'll just figure out by yourself when you're in there. New separate bonus rewards and clock cycles from scouting and spotting independently. Fantastic. I mean, the scout bonus has been so glitchy, who actually gets it sometimes? I mean, I've left matches where I've got 10 scout bonuses, and I may have spotted one person. Earn scout by detecting your enemies with the enemy radar, and earn spot whenever you mark them. Fantastic. That is actually really good, because it kind of encourages the queue play, because the biggest thing, although I will be upset personally, because I play a bomber. I tend to play flyers, and flyers are essentially not screwed, but a huge disadvantage once they are spotted. Heal and damage CPU bonuses have been split to on reward screens. That's awesome. Makes healers more inclined to be a healer. Kill assist and heal assist have been split on reward screen. Fantastic again. Baked global illumination lighting settings. So basically better for graphics, which is fantastic until I get my new computer. Yay. Which is this one. Oh, I can show it at will if no I block half of it. Oh. Anyway. Can you tell I'm quite tired at the moment? Because I'm quite tired at the moment. Stat description when hovering over cubes in inventory. Cube depot and tech tree screens are now much larger, containing more relevant stats. Very cool. Yeah, some things did not show the stats I'd want to show, so that's good. Cube stats are now taken from the cloud, so are always up to date and accurate, so I can edit at will, which means you don't have to download a patch when they edit stats. Now, there's a good reason why they're doing this, because they are going through a lot of changes with arm blocks, so there's a good chance that's kind of spurred them in, but that's fine. Fragile cubes, such as hovers, SMGs, and aerofoils, now have low barrier protection and low resistivity. Tanker cubes, such as rotors and tank treads, heal quickly and have high protection from the barriers. Okay, so it means that you won't get super tanky aerofoils even if you're in the barrier. Okay, that makes complete sense to me. And actually, it's all here. So I missed some of it. Barrier protection stats are shown on the cube. Fantastic. And here's the barrier protection, how it works. Plasma damage model improved, now based off a value known as barrier protection, which defines how much damage is passed through to the chassis underneath when a functional component is hit, because obviously they want plasma to be able to do area of effect, so they're trying to make it more like if it hits something, like I know a gun, it'll still kind of wave in underneath, so the more okay, that makes even more sense. So frail cubes have low barrier protection, and okay, cool, all that's good then. Rail and Tesla model has been improved, now the damage of conducted, okay, passed through a component to the chassis varies from component to component based on a variable known as oh god, I can't say resistance. I'm gonna call it from now on. So I know what it's called. Pronouncing is hard. There we go. I have a speech impediment. That's my excuse. So essentially, there's two new kinds of resistances. One for plasma, one for rail and Tesla. Because both of those have damage which waves through, unlike SMG. Well, different to SMG, I should say. So there we go. Heal model improved. The speed of that cube is defined by its health, the power of nano healing, and the heal rate of the cube. Some cubes heal faster than others. That's okay, you know, it makes sense. I'm not happy with it as a healer. I think the previous model was good for me, but that does make a hell of a lot of sense, so I really can't complain. It's really a lot fairer, in my opinion. Okay, heal model improved. Tank cube. Okay, we went through that, so essentially the higher the treads and everything, the less damage actually soaks through. That's absolutely fine, it makes complete sense. Electroplates now heal much slower, and armor levels much faster than before. Oh, aerofoils also heal very fast, relatively. Many cubes have different. Okay, well that's gonna kill regenerators right there. Regenerator-based megas I'm speaking of course. The health of the plutonium crystal varies from tier to tier. to suit the power levels of each tier. Make sense? All weapons have a new stat called, why can't you call them simple things? Protonivity, which is a multiplier on how much damage they can deal to plutonium crystals. This is to balance it, obviously, because beforehand it would have simply been SMGs will deal more damage because they do more DPS. With having them variable, it means all weapons will have a fair shot, as that is what they've mentioned before, so I don't need to go into most of that, which is fantastic. Yeah, protons, yeah, it's fine. The same shortcut keys have changed. B for battle mode, I for classic mode. The rest will stay the same. I wonder how many times I'll go into regular battle and try against classic. I feel like I'm going to spend a lot of time in classic still, because how short the games are. SMGs and wheels no longer unlock with tier -1 TP, but armor does now unlock with tier -1 TP to prevent gun rushing. This is good and really weird, because I think they haven't addressed the problem here, because the problem was certain tiers like tier 8 and tier 9 are so darn grindy, people are going out of their way to cheese it. I even ended up doing it, which really sucks. So they've not really addressed the problem there. What they should have is that tier associated items are able to set you through the ranks a little bit easier. But this is a way to do it and to make more fair bots, as now the armour will be the way to tier up, so obviously bots will tend to be a bit more sane and less, look how many wheels and guns I can fit on this thing. So it's good. I can't figure out a good solution myself, but I'm not a dev, but I still think they need to do a bit more there. But that's my opinion, and my opinion is as a layman. To tier up, simply buy enough of the next armour in next tier to progress to it. Yay. Several sounds improved, such as alignment rectifier, so that's good, activation, and the cube rotation sounds, with many other tweaks and balances. Hovers, wheels, and aerofoils are slower to overclock at level 1, but travel much faster than they do when it maxes out. You see, I have a small issue with this. Now, this is probably a non-issue, this is probably an issue for me, but wouldn't altering the speed and such of certain blocks really throw off balanced builds? Like, probably not actually when it comes to just pure speed, but I'm a little bit curious to see how certain more, not say cheesy, but inventive builds will be affected when levels change, when they have to be so finely balanced. So I'm curious there. The built-in air brake on hovers has always been present and has been reworked, so it doesn't destabilize hovers when braking and to control speed better as the overclocker progresses. That's absolutely fine. The built-in brake on wheels has been reworked, same again. Wheel physics have been improved, thank you. By fixing the bug which caused undesirable random wheelies and sideways friction, has been reduced to allow for drift and reduced flipping. That's great, because I really want to see wheels back in the tier 10 matches, because I can't. No, I think Robocraft has such a unique thing that it's so creative and so inventive, and I hate it when certain types aren't as good as other types. So that is really something to say there. Okay, now the rest of this is actually a little bit too big for the screens. Let me just do this. I'm doing this like over the course of 5 minutes, by the way, so sorry about the end being cut off, but we could see the majority of it, and again there'll be a link in the description, so it's not really a huge issue there. Okay, so carrying on with that then. Rail damage buffed significantly at tier 10, awesome. Plasma damage buffed significantly for TX1, hell yes, back to using my TX1 plasma rather than SMGs. All other weapon damage, accuracy, fire rate, etc. has stayed the same, although some very minor variances because of the Robocloud. Okay, here's the big thing everyone kept getting confused about, so this I want to go over in a little bit more detail. Cubes, inners and prisms, and tetras now have different armor values, 2.5 less with each smaller size. So a cube is 100%, inner is 2.5% less, prism is 2.5 less than the inner, and finally the tetra is 2.5 less than the prism, all relevant to the solid cube, which to me is completely fair. And it's not as big a nerf as I was going to do originally because of the backlash, which is very nice of them in my opinion, and it won't completely kill Triforcing because of how minor the changes are. But it makes sense. It makes so much sense, because you get in this block, because before this there was no point at all to use regular cubes really, because an inner did the exact same job and was a third lighter. So there we are. New top-down HUD for showing health and ownership of fusion towers. Okay, that's all stuff we'll just see when it comes. Added faster passive overclocking in tiers 2 and 3, which have no fusion tower. That's cool, so that'll get you into the feel of it a lot faster. Many more servers added in preparation. Thank you. Push any key or mouse button to respawn when the respawn counter reaches 0, and you can now respawn and overclock in practice mode. Now that I'm going to be testing out straight away. Smaller changes but still important, and then random comments, which I'll try to avoid because I don't like showing up people's usernames by accident. There we go. New login feature featuring a team of robots attacking. Yeah, we saw that. Minimum requirements. Ooh, for screen resolution are now. Oh, that's not good for me because I actually record Robocraft in 720 when I do OBS. I'll have to alter that around. Classic mode rewards remain unchanged. Thank you. The old text hints at the bottom of the countdown screen have now been removed, and hints. Find new graphical hints when you respawn. Cool. 2 times bonus indicator has moved from hovering above your pilot seats. Thank you. Head. That's like a little pet peeve of mine. I never really spoke about it, but I really didn't like it. It's so like, get away. Because I'm trying to build, and it's this thing right in your head. It's in your head. It's in your head. No, it's in your face rather. To the edges of the floor, that's fine. EAC errors, that's fine as well. Fix the bug where assigning mouse. Oh no, the ultimate bug! I did a Robocraft mini of this. This is when the Megabots can go flying. Also, undesired. I'm sorry, sir, but I think most people are actually doing it on purpose. And finally, improved the way robot ranking is calculated when loading, changing, saving robots, so it's accurate. Okay then, well, and a humble note from our Lord and Saviour, Drogon. That's a lot of changes. They're very well. Maybe some stuff we've missed, simply because there's such a huge list of changes since our last major update. If we find anything we've forgotten to include along the way, we'll add it to the list. Well, I think honestly, I am really looking forward to it. These are obviously the basic changes. You can find a lot more on the site where certain bits are going to far more detail, and just remember, these are the bits which are being added now. There will be still more to come, like the pilots, the actual pilots themselves. I believe are coming in the future, but don't quote me on that. I don't think it's in this particular video. So that's it. Thank you for watching Threats for this very short video. I was going to add music, but had some copyright issues. So yeah, if you've enjoyed the video, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all the good stuff below, and make sure to tell me what do you think about the changes. Because I honestly think they look fantastic. Thank you for watching, and have a lovely day, and I'll be back very shortly, hopefully within the next couple of hours after this video goes live, with just a bit of gameplay with the new meta. Thank you.